Our COG is sponsoring Recycling Day. It is on November 2nd, 2013, from 9 to 1 o'clock at the Bellevue Borough. And it will be at the Municipal Building on Washington Street. And no commercial establishments will be permitted to participate, but they'll take oil, they'll take batteries, they'll take tires without rims for $2 per tire, and they'll take the Freon appliances. There's a charge for that, but they'll also take TVs. I know that's been a problem for people. They will take TVs, notebooks, servers, flat screens, CRT screens, digital cameras, toner, inkjet cartridges, fax machines, copy machines. There is a cost for paint. They will do document shredding too at no charge. And they will also take reusable building materials. So I will give this to our borough manager. Would you be able to put this on,
Yes.
on our website?
Website, you can post it outside.
Okay. I think, and I do want to mention, I have been getting TVs dumped at one of my properties because it's a corner property, has trees on it, and it's on a hill. And we did subscribe with Waste Management for hazardous material collection, and it is on our garbage tab. It is the very first line, and it's sort of not very big. It's on the smaller side. But if you hit that, it will get into the process that you can put out hazardous materials, and it will give a chart as to what you can give. I know TVs, it's limited to one, because I question, because I think on the hill with that one property, we have 3 or 4 of them, so people just don't know what to do with them, so they're dumping them. And we do have free collection. That is free. We pay for it in our garbage collection contract, so keep that in mind. And I will get this into, I'll give this to Ron, and he can post it on our website. And then we have dumpster days. That is this Saturday from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And is that on our website, the dumpster days?
It is not, it will be tomorrow.
Okay. And because they have different guidelines. And you cannot drop off tires, anything with like air conditioners, anything with refrigerants, and computers, and TVs, they cannot be dropped off there. But other building materials such as wood that you can't put in your present trash will be taken there. And I think that is everything that was discussed. Any questions on the... Okay. That concludes my report. Thank you. Any other questions for our Chair of Finance? Okay, no questions. Thank you, Sue. Parks and Recreation. Who is going to give the report?
Kathy, could you read mine?
Yeah, we have a motion to approve HRG to start work on changes to the skate plaza in order to submit the grant application to the DCNR.
Second.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to approve HRG Incorporated to start work on changes to the skate park in order to submit grant application to the DCNR. Discussion on the motion. Okay, no discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? No nays? Let me see here. Do we need to do?
Well, I'm guessing we're going to have to pay the engineer to do that, so.
Okay, that's a
Error
good
on
point. Okay, roll call, please.
Thank you. Mrs. Bromley. Mr. Camella. Mrs. Coder. Ms. Heffley. Mr. Hellman. Mr. Siziani. Mrs. Viscusi. Mr. Viscusi. Mrs. Washington.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
With that, I apologize. Was there a cost associated that we need to find, or is it minor installation?
Mr. President. My understanding is it is there will be a cost, but it is minor. It's just to kind of coordinate everything. As we begin to accrue costs on that, if it starts to get involved, those will be brought up in separate motions. But this is just for him to start in his scheme of tasks, but nothing prohibitive that I'm aware of right now.
Any other questions for?
Well, I believe the motion number 5, in public safety, should be under Parks and Recreation, that would be pumpkin, should be under safety. So, we make a motion for $300 by pumpkins for the fall festival.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to approve $300 to buy pumpkins for the fall festival out of budget line item 451.268. Discussion on the motion? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Nays? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Brunley. Mr. Camella. Mrs. Coder. Ms. Heffley.
Aye.
Mr. Helmut. Mr. Siziani. Mrs. Viscusi. Mr. Viscusi. Mrs. Washington.
Aye.
Motion carries.
When is the fall festival? I know it's in the fall. What? I know, but when is it, Saturday? The Saturday before? Yeah, okay. Okay. Do we know what time or anything?
Parade starts at 10 o'clock.
Okay. 11 o'clock? Okay. So then right after the parade. Okay. And of course, Halloween's on the 31st, 6 to 8. So, okay. Any other questions for our chair, Jim, or member Kathy, anything? Yeah, I have a question. The sign at Memorial Park concerning the trail, is that permanent or?
No, those are temporary, we'll get a permanent sign. The trail is completed today, and then they need a permanent sign.
Okay, and you'll come to us whenever there's a permanent sign, so we can discuss where to place it and so forth. Okay, thank you. Okay, no other discussion? Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Jim. Public Works Chair, Jim Viscusi.
Nothing at this time.
Any questions for our Chair of Public Works? Okay, thank you, Jim.
Yeah, there's not a lot of momentum happening on that, so at this point, I'm assuming it's not going to go off as well.
Public Safety Chair, Jane Crum.
There are a few motions on some of what this is passed. One is for the fire department to purchase the door jam for $1,765, line 411,461.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve the request of the fire department to purchase a power jam device for training purposes in the amount of $1,765, budget line item 411.461. Discussion on the motion? No discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Brunley. Mr. Camella.
Aye.
Mrs. Coder.
Aye.
Ms. Heffley.
Aye.
Mr. Helmut. Mr. Siziani. Mrs. Viscusi.
Aye.
Mr. Viscusi. Mrs. Washner.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The other thing was that we discussed some of the emergency operations on the October 9th for our first responders.
At this time, the police department has informed me that they have any training that is available on that process, so they have declined going. I'm not sure who there is. I believe there is a member of the volunteer fire department that's going to be attending. Can't tell you who that is right now, but Jeff Wisner did tell me he had someone identified, but the police basically said that they've had that covered in their required training.
Okay, the first responders got October 9th, November 6th, December 10th, and 3 the county, we are saying for us not to take advantage of training.
Yes.
Okay, the other one is October 9th is walk to school, safety day, walk to school, beginning YMCA at 7:30 in the morning. And the other one was we had safety day at the park on Sunday, and it turned out to be a very nice day.
May I add something, Mr. President? There is an item for police vehicle replacement. The chief forwarded me 2 proposals on potential police vehicle leases. One asking for one asking for 2. I'd like to pass this out to council and hopefully get feedback for the committee meetings. And I'm sensing it'll be one of those last things on the budget we decide to include or not include. But the chief has put together a pretty comprehensive verbiage and financial part of that. If anyone has questions, please contact me at the office. I'll just pass these around. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for Jane, our Chair of Public Safety? Okay, I do want to make a comment on public safety. I mean, it really went well. I mean, the firemen had good food. We had a farmer there, and we bought produce. Of course, we had the EMS, fire, police. First, who else was there? Oh, Allegheny General, who else? West Bend, Allegheny. And they gave out things. Who was giving out the helmets? Okay. So I have to say, I learned and I enjoyed myself that day, so it was really good. Okay, any other questions or comments for Jane? Nothing? Okay, thank you. Jane? Resolutions, we have one resolution. Do we have a motion?
Resolution 2513 to refund real estate taxes.
Second.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded to approve resolution 2513 for refunds of real estate taxes due to overpayments. Discussion on the motion. If no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Nays? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Bronner? Mr. Camello? Mrs. Coder? Ms. Heffley? Mr. Helbling? Mr. Siziani? Mrs. Viscusi? Mr. Viscusi? Mrs. Washburn?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, we have one ordinance. And wasn't this the first reading?
Yes, I believe that is listed.
Okay. Do we have anybody that wants to do a first reading on this particular ordinance? Anyone?
Can I ask a question first?
Sure.
I thought I was going to go back to the solicitor and then we were going to all look at it again before we even did anything with it.
I would like for that to happen. If everybody is okay with that, I would like to see it go back to committee. I think, because I mentioned at my last meeting, you know, about the red tape and
So I give a motion that the right committee.
is that it? Okay, we have a second. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Any nays? Okay. Any old business? Okay, any new business? Public contribution, are there any visitors who wish to speak? You have 2 minutes, if you can step up to the podium, state your name and address, write it on the register. Okay, no visitors wish to speak.
Yeah, I just don't want you to get this.